guys, welcome back to my channel if you guys are new here. Hi, my name is Sydney and I film videos all about my favorite cruelty-free makeup. Today's video is going to be another installment in my beauty budget series. I know this series disappeared off my channel for a little bit, mostly because in November and December I didn't do a great job of keeping track of my purchases. So I am going to briefly touch on those months before we hop into January's budget, but I'm excited to kick off the new year and get back into the series and get back into really paying attention to where my money is going, especially where makeup's concerned, because it can be so easy to just drop like $100 on makeup like that, which is kind of frightening. If you guys are new to my beauty budget series, the series is inspired by Hannah Louise Poston. In these videos, I like to talk about what I bought, how I spent my budget, whether I went over, whether I was under, some things that were tempting me throughout the month, and how I'm kind of feeling about shopping and buying makeup. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so like I said, before we hop into January, I do want to really quickly touch on November and December. So if you guys watched my How Much Money is Budgeting Actually Saving Me video, which I can link down below if you guys are interested in that video, I just kind of shared all the products that I probably would have bought if I wasn't on a budget and how much that would have cost me if I wasn't being more cost conscious and sticking to my budget. So I'll link that down below if you're interested in that. But if you saw that video, you know that November was my month of shame. So you guys know Black Friday, I've talked about it before. Black Friday is a weakness of mine because there's so many great sales. Lately I've been getting a lot better at saying no, you know what, you don't need it, even if it's on sale, you can wait. But on Black Friday, a lot of indie brands have sales and there were quite a few that I wanted to try, so I did spend quite a bit of money there. So I think I spent about $200 on makeup in November. I'm not really super proud of that one, but I did do better in December and January. So I did share most of what I got in November in my Black Friday Cyber Monday haul, so I can link that down below if you guys want to see exactly what I spent that money on, but I'm not going to go into it too deeply in this video. And then for December, I spent $32 on makeup, which was so much better, you guys. So now let's hop into January. So I do want to switch up a couple things with my beauty budget in the new year. So I started this beauty budget in September and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to structure it. At first I think I started out at $40 a month, and I bumped it up to $50 because a lot of brands have free shipping at $50, and I know myself, I'm just gonna spend that $10 and not even care that I'm over my budget, so I bumped it up to $50. A lot of the time I was going over, but I wasn't going over like a ton. I was going over like $5 or $6. But then November happened and I went over big time, and I was really conflicted on whether or not I should even give myself a budget for December, which I probably shouldn't have. But again, there was still Cyber Monday to think about, so I did give myself a budget for December. But now I think I do want to start penalizing myself when I go over my budget in 1 month, over more than $10, because I feel like $10 isn't that bad. Although I feel like this could be a very slippery slope, but I feel like $10 isn't that bad because often I find myself going a little bit over for shipping. If something's just a little bit over, I really don't feel the need to not purchase it, just because I feel like I am still sticking to that number for the most part. A couple dollars isn't going to make a huge difference. So this month I technically had a little bit of extra wiggle room since I only spent $20, or not $20, I only spent $32 in December, and Clionadh Cosmetics had a huge sale, you guys. It was awesome. It was kind of in replacement for their Black Friday sale because they didn't have one of those. I actually did a whole declutter my Clionadh cart with me video, so I'll link that down below if you guys are curious to see what I actually ended up getting, which that's not even my final order. When I went to go place my order, a lot of stuff was out of stock, so I will do a whole Clionadh shadow unboxing video, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. But that was my only purchase for the month, and I ended up spending about $59.30 on there, so I was well within my budget. And then I do feel like I have to throw in two little like disclaimery purchases. So I have decided that within my beauty budget, I don't want to include gift cards, or like if I get Christmas money and I want to spend it on makeup, I don't really want to include that in here, because I feel like the purpose of this budget is for me to be smarter with my own money, which I mean, not that gift cards and Christmas money isn't my own money, but I just feel like those are gifts to me and I want to treat them as gifts. I don't want to be quite so restricted with those. So I did make two other little beauty purchases this month, but I'm not including those in my budget because I did spend my Christmas money or gift cards on them. So the first thing that I bought is the ABH Jackie Aina palette. If you guys watched, what month was that? I think it was my September beauty budget video. I told you guys that this palette really had caught my attention. I tried to dupe it, I tried to put it out of my head, but like the past couple weeks it's just like back in there. I've had this gnawing at the back of my brain. It's like, oh, you should buy that palette, you should look for that palette. So I actually got a 20% off coupon from Ulta a couple days ago, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see if Ulta has it, if it's on sale, if I can use my coupon on it. We'll see what happens. I was just curious, and I could not find it on Ulta's website. So I went on my Instagram story and I was like, hey guys, you know what's happening with the ABH Jackie Aina palette? A lot of you guys said it was super limited edition, so they're kind of getting rid of it, but a lot of you predicted that it would be in Marshall's pretty soon, which I was like, you know what, if it's there, it's meant to be. If not, you know, I probably don't need it. And then literally not even 2 days later, it went on sale for half price at Macy's for, I think it was like $22.50 at Macy's. And I was like, woo, it's meant to be. So I grabbed that palette. It's shipping it to me right now. I literally don't have any of the things I bought this month to show you guys in this video. But it's coming to me right now, and I'm so excited to get it and play with it and see what everyone has been raving about. But like I said, I did spend some Christmas money on that, so I'm choosing not to include that within my budget. Also, I just want to say thank you to anyone who sent me the post that was highlighting the fact that that was on sale. You guys are the best. I got literally like 10 or 15 DMs that day saying, hey, look, I know you were looking for this and now it's on sale, and I just felt very touched by that. So and then the other thing that I bought was, again, kind of like serendipitous like that too. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have been dying to try Dominique Cosmetics shadow formula for a really long time, and I've been constantly looking on Merkai, however you say that one, and Poshmark, and I've been looking to see if someone maybe has a palette that they use just once or twice that they're selling really discountedly. But I have some reservations about buying makeup off those websites. I don't really know what's happened to it or who has used it, so I feel a little uneasy about that. But one of my friends was unboxing their lucky bag from Beautylish, and they got the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette, and she was like, ugh, I don't want this palette, I don't really like the formula. And I was like DMing her, and I was like, oh, that's too bad, that one's been on my wish list for a really long time, and we were just chatting. And she eventually said that she was going to sell that palette. I'm like, well, if you're gonna sell it, I'll buy it from you. And I actually scored that palette for $22, which is absolutely incredible. That was about the price point I wanted to actually spend on it, because the shades are beautiful. It's a gorgeous palette, you guys. But I did dupe that in a Shop My Stash for Dupes video. If you guys are interested, I'll link it down below. It's pretty old, so it's probably pretty cringy. But I did actually buy it from her, and it's on its way to me right now. So I am so excited, you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay. So now let's hop into the temptations portion of this video. So if you guys haven't seen this kind of video before, these are just items that I was really tempted to buy. I don't put every single item that catches my attention on this list, just those ones that I really feel like I'm being moved to purchase. So the first item that was really tempting me, and I'm still kind of undecided on this palette, whether or not I'm going to buy it, is the Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. So this is the second palette that they have come out with. The first one they released, I thought it was beautiful. I wasn't that big of a fan of the packaging, so that played a role in why I didn't buy it, but I also just felt like the color story wasn't super unique to my collection. But Sydney Grace shadows are incredibly pigmented, they're incredibly high quality, but again, I had some reservations about whether or not I was going to buy this palette, just because it's a beautiful palette, I can't deny that, but when I look at it, it doesn't really spark inspiration for me, and I feel like I'm at a point with my makeup collection where it needs to spark inspiration for me to even purchase it. So I didn't buy that one. I also was really interested in the Juvia's Place mini palettes. I'm just like captivated by mini palettes right now, you guys. I don't know what's going on, but I really thought the light nude one looked really beautiful, as well as the pink and the purple one. Those were the ones that really caught my eye. The Colourpop Mint to Be palette also caught my eye for a couple of weeks, but I actually filmed a Shop My Stash for Dupes video on that palette, along with the new ABH AMREZY palette and the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll link that down below as well. I was also very interested, and I was like this close to buying the Copacito Cosmetics Elysian palette. I think that's how you say it. This is actually created in collaboration with one of my favorite accounts on Instagram. It's Basket Case Beauty. I can link her down below so you guys can check her out. She comes up with the most gorgeous eye looks, and I really wanted to support her, but I wasn't 100% sure I needed this palette, so I'm still thinking about grabbing that one. Again, I would just absolutely love to support her, but I'm kind of on the fence about buying it. The next item that I was very intrigued by was actually the Blendiful. So this was Tati Beauty's latest release. This one got a very mixed reception. I feel like it was pretty split between me seeing people who were like, ooh, this is cool, this is innovative, it might be cool to try, and some people were like, this is a money grab, I'm not wasting my money. I was mostly intrigued by this because I thought it might be a more sustainable alternative to a beauty sponge. If you guys watched my 5 sustainable beauty changes I want to make in 2020, you would have known that I'm kind of looking for an alternative to my beloved sponges, because as much as I love these and as far past the not due date, what is it called? Like the end date? Like the expiration date. And as far past the expiration date that I use these, they're still going into a landfill when I'm done with them, and I'm really trying to cut down on my waste. So I would love to try a product like that if it's going to be more sustainable. It is a little bit steep for kind of like what I would pay for like a sponge type tool. It's $18 for 2, but if it was going to last a really long time, it would probably be worth it. Okay, the Melt, Muerte, and Vita palettes snuck up on me again, you guys. I don't know what it is this month with like old palettes coming back to haunt me. I mean, these are old by any means, but they're older palettes coming back to haunt me. I have just been drooling over these. I've seen more looks created with them. I've seen people just do flat lays of them. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. And it's not even just like one or the other. Like, I just want both. I can't just pick one. The final 2 items on my temptations list for this month were the Morphe Make and Bank palette. You guys, it has been a very long time since Morphe palettes have really caught my attention. I love the Jaclyn Hill palette, the big original one, and then I tried the 35M Boss Mood palette, and I just was not that impressed, you guys. I thought the formula was a major step down from the Jaclyn Hill palette, so after that I kind of just said, you know what, I'm kind of done with Morphe. But it's been a couple of years, and I am just really attracted to the color story in the Make and Bank palette. You guys know I'm obsessed with greens. I can't stop wearing them. I mean, I haven't worn them in the past couple weeks because I'm testing out the Alma palette from Amy Hearts Beauty and Amy Loves Makeup. I actually used this palette to create this look right here. This look will be up on my Instagram at some point, but I don't know when, so I can't tell you when to look for it, but it's coming if you guys are interested in seeing a quick little tutorial on it. Anyways, focus, Sydney. The Make and Bank palette is just a really gorgeous grungy green palette. Amy Loves Makeup gave it a really great first impression and a pretty good review too. She just uploaded a 3 looks 1 palette using the Make and Bank palette, and I can link that down below if you guys are interested. She created 3 absolutely beautiful looks and kind of really sold me on the palette. And then the final item that really caught my eye this month was the Wiley Physicians Formula collab. I love Physicians Formula face products, you guys. Okay, I've only tried the bronzer, but I'm really dying to try the blush and the highlighter. So I love that this one has a little bit of everything. You guys know how I feel about the butter bronzer. It does look to be quite bulky, quite large, but someone did tell me that this palette is much thinner than the Casey Holmes palette that they came out with a couple months ago, maybe like a year ago. So I don't know, I'm really torn on it because also I really want to try some new bronzer formulas. And I don't know, but it's just so beautiful. The color story really appeals to me in these blushes, and I'm tempted by it. So that is gonna wrap this video up, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and let me know what new products you bought in January. Were they like new products, like just launched products, or were they like new products from a couple months ago? I would love to hear what you guys have bought or what was really tempting you. If you guys are on a low buy or no buy, leave me those items down below and I would love to chat with you about it. So that's gonna wrap it up today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. My goodness, I sound like I smoke a pack a day. I did do a Shop My Stash for Dupes video. No lipstick, we're good. My foot is falling asleep. Okay.